Over the weekend, Nigerians have taken to social media to criticize a private tertiary institution, Bowen University, Iwo, Osun State, over the Iwo, Osun State, over a Twitter post that they believed mocked the Nigerian students in public universities who have been home for over 5 months, about 6 months now, on a prolonged workers' strike. According to the post, this is what finishing 4 years in 4 calendar years in a Nigerian university looks like. You should be here too. So trust, we've discussed, it flows with our conversation. The angry youths, the bitter people, bitter average Nigerian, frustration. You've been at home for months and your parents cannot afford Bowen. They lashed out at Bowen University for what they considered insensitive. But some people feel like it's not sensitive, like they're a business and they're marketing. Nima, do you feel like, should I let Nima rest? Nima, do you feel like it was insensitive of Bowen University to rub it in people's faces that they finished 4 years in? BC already said that Nigeria, the Twitter space now, they don't want anybody to enjoy. If you are eating whatever, don't put it in our face, How do you think, was it insensitive for Bowen to have come out?
It was. Certainly was. Stating the obvious. It's like calling a hungry man sitting on the road, you poor hungry man. It's marketing, yes, that's what it is.
No,
it's marketing for
Nima,
them.
no, it's different.
No,
let's give you context. No, if you're a hungry man,
is opinion.
The same thing.
Okay,
same
let me hear you. Let me
so
hear
a
you.
hungry beggar sitting on the road asking for money, I say, I won't give you this hungry man.
That's
the way it sounds. Bowen is saying, this is what it looks like. Yeah. You should be here. And these are students who would already have taken that alternative if they had the means. Yeah. It's lack of means. Yeah. So there's in every place in the world, there's subsidized education, there's expensive education, whether we like it or not. Even UK people, we know people who are in the UK can be saying, even though their public school is your private school standard, the meaning is that we can afford that. There are private schools abroad you can't afford.
Yeah, true.
Sure, you understand. So they put it in their face, sort of rubbed it in their face. They're stating the obvious.
We know already.
Because of the situation on ground, not caused by them, but the ineptitude of government over years.
Exactly.
But the people who received this news, if they were depressed before, they were doubly depressed. I would, as a parent, if I had a child in university level already, I'll be struggling to raise the money, and I know a lot of parents who are struggling to raise this money.
I get that, but I will tell you that when I was going to school, I went to ABU Zaria. There were people in that school that could have afforded to go abroad. There were people in that school that chose that school because they felt it was better school. There's a list of best universities in Nigeria that just came out. UNILAG came #1. There are people who will put their children in UNILAG over a Bowen, a private school, private university. So it's not just about means. I know that's a valid point that you made, but that's not the only reason why some people are in some schools. It's because there's pedigree, whether we like it or not, federal universities. And so people will be there.
In a private
Good.
university.
So when Bowen says this is how to sell, they are selling to those who had made a choice, who can make that choice of being in a federal school but going through these issues because of government ineptitude and can afford to go there. And they're saying, see, every university is out there selling their market. Who knows if Bowen has been selling this market for many years, but you just saw it this year. Because this year, 6 months down the line, you're still at home. If you had checked them last year and they had used the same thing, it wouldn't have made any sense to you. But for me, the one that even gets to me is that how sad for us, really. Because when you look at schools abroad, when they're selling themselves on maybe innovative courses that had never been done anywhere else before, or the fact of many years of doing amazing things, but we are just using 4 years to get out of school. I think that's our requirement to be in a better school. That's what makes me sad. Really, that if you are going to be a competitor and opposition, all you have to offer Nigerian students is to finish in 4 years. That's it.
It's very important that when you are encoding a message, you will take cognizance of all the possible decoders of that message.
Wow.
Yes. And even in marketing, I'm doing a course on marketing now, you need to take cognizance of the sensibilities of the times that you are passing that message. However the intention is. You see this thing that is called intention? We cannot see it. We don't know it. It's the way we receive what you have given to us that will tell us the intention you are meaning. And in one message, we can have 15 different intentions read into that particular message. Now, to be in a climate like Nigeria, where you are aware, it's obvious that the government has failed the public institution, that's a cliche. If you were abroad, you can be sued for that. Yes, marketing. I'm talking marketing now. This is cost now. Exactly. You can be sued for that. People can take it that you are not sensible to the pains they are feeling in marketing your market. Wow. So we need to be very, you didn't need to state it. We already know. People seeing Bowen or other schools graduating in 4 years already know. Parents are already crying and saying, how can I get my children? They have cousins in their families who have gotten into school 4 years and graduated in 4 years. They already know. At the times that you see, everything has to do with being able to show empathy.
He made a strong point on sensitivity. It's good to raise resilient children. And whether you give it or not, genetically we are resilient people as Nigerians.
Yes, we are.
But are we emotionally intelligent people? Genetically, no. Are we sensible people? Sensitive to other people's condition? No, we have to learn that.
Yeah.
But we should be teaching that as an institution. Bowen should not be rubbing in the face of the more. I'm telling you, they did something counterproductive. Wow. If I were someone who could afford a private university, Bowen would be my last choice for what they just tweeted.
Wow.
A fact.
Okay, so Nima, you know, during the break I mentioned your hijab. Somebody can look at your hijab that is shining.
And I will turn it down.
And the person
I will turn the other edge. Let me explain to you.
Wow.
I come from a faith where the Prophet Islam preached. Do not rub food in the face of a hungry man if you can afford it. He says, do not go to bed, no matter how rich you are. There will be a level of accountability if your neighbor goes to bed hungry. It shows you do not care. That's where I'm from. Yeah. I'm from the faith where you have a child. You don't rub, my child, in the face of a person waiting on God. I'm from a place where it is taught to be sensitive. So I cannot understand what Bowen tweeted. I have cousins, younger cousins, who presently, we advise their parents, these are the best schools, federal schools, they put their children in universities, and they took them out and put them in private universities. Bowen, one of them. But right now, I'm sitting here, so if I had the means, I'll call my cousins in Abuja, take her out, put her in another school where she'll be taught not to be proud. Listen, whether we like it or not, we want to balance it. They're selling their market, but they rubbed it in people's faces.